Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss another penny stock which is named Goldstar Power Limited. So the if we look at the price of the company, so the company is trading around 13 rupees 7 paise, 70 paise. Company is in the business of trading and manufacturing of batteries. Company is having various batteries profile. Company is having a profile of automotive battery, also tubular battery, VRLA battery or e-rickshaw battery. So company have the entire portfolio of either automotive battery like car battery, tractor battery, truck battery, to the UPS inverter and solar batteries, to e-rickshaw batteries as well. So the company is entirely focused on a battery segment, and company have all those three supply chains from either it was in if we look at either it was from selling of the batteries to the export of the batteries to the refurbishment of the batteries as well. Company is also an original equipment manufacturers, so that is that shows that the prospects of the company in last in that shows the prospects of the company in that segment. Looking to the manufacturing capacity, so the company has a decent manufacturing capacity of 50,000 batteries per month. Looking to the exports, so the majority of the company's business comes from their exports, which is around 69% of their sales, which shows that the company is export oriented, in the business of export oriented, and the major clients are located in Middle East like Dubai, Lebanon, Afghanistan, Oman, Yemen, some countries like Nepal and Uganda also comprises of their export partners. Looking to the segmental revenue, so the company is also in the trading business, but the manufacturing goods are comprising of 85% of their segmental sales, but the 15% comprises of trading income. The company has given a bonus issue two times in the last year, and that is the reason why their authorized capital has been increased from 21 crore to 26 crores. Now, if we look at the market cap, so the market cap of company is around 330 crores, which is a purely a nano cap company, a small cap nano cap company. Looking to the stock PE, so stock PE is around 79.5, which is more than twice the PE of their peers, which is around 32.61. It means that the company is overvalued. That can be various reasons. Either the pricing of the company is in single digits, so that can be one of differentiating factor where the retail investors often jump into any stock which is in single digit number. So that can be a reason why the price has been increased, or or the investors looks the prospects of the company. Because if we talk about the shareholding pattern, so then you will analyze that the majority of the share is being held by promoter or long-term investors. So the retail investors get very few amount of shares and the stakes in the company, and that can be the reason why demand supply gap and the pricing of the stock has reached its peak in last 1 years. If we look at for example, the company has reached its peak of around 23 rupees in October 23, and now it is trading at around 13.7 rupees. So the company is trailing around 9 rupees below its peak and currently at 13 rupees. So it shows that the company, even if the company is having PE of 80 times, still the company is having 9 rupees below what it's reached its peak. So it shows that the company, even though the company is overvalued as compared to the industry peers, but still the company has achieved their momentum of 22 more than 23 rupees or 23 rupees per share, which shows that the investors are showing some confidence in the company in last few run. Looking to the ROC, so ROC and ROE both are more than 15%. That would be a good number. Looking to the face value, so the face value is around 1 rupees. Company has done a split, and that is the reason why split. And from 10 rupees, the face value has come down to 1 rupees per share. And the sales pattern, so the sales are like in September quarter, March 22, 4 quarter sales are not presented here. The company only shows half yearly results, and that is the reason why September 23 quarters are like 28 rupees 46 paisa per share, where the operating profit stood around 4 crore rupees, and the operating profit ratio margin is around 14%. Looking to the net profit, so the company has reached its highest net profit in half yearly basis, and that would stood around 2.26 rupees per share. And the interest income is not interest income is also mere, if we look at it, is less than 1 crore rupees. So that is not much enough for the company to worry about. If we look about the yearly sales, so the trailing 12 month sales is around 43 crores, which is slightly a dip if we compare it with March 23 quarter. But the profitability margin has been improved to the one of the highest profitability margin company is going to clock in this financial year, which is around 15 point, which is around 15.13%. Looking to the other income, so the company is having other income of 2 crore rupees. If we look at the profit before tax, so the profit before tax is around 5.4 crore rupees, and the bottom line of the company is around 4.515 crore profit, which shows that the EPS is around highest of the company. If we look at the 1.17 per share, that is one of the differentiating factor in a company like this. However, don't worry that the EPS in March 13 is 25 paisa, because that time the stock has not split. So if EPS is 0.17 per share, so that would be also after the adjustment of bonus shares, so that would be more than what it was. So it is not comparable to see EPS of this period with this period, and the company is showing their highest EPS in last 10 years of their experience or the historical records. So sales, obviously, the sales has seen a dip, but in last 3 years of time, the company has shown sales momentum of 12%. But in 12 months, obviously, the sales has been dipped by 5 to 6 crore rupees, and that is the reason why TTM is around minus 23%. But if we look at the profitability growth, so the profitability growth in this in corresponding years has been increased. Like in 10 years of time, if we look at then 18% of compounded profit growth, which is a tremendous return on the profitability growth. If you look at the company in 5 years time, that would also be a reason, and in 3 years time it is more than double digit, it is in three digit numbers, and in 12 months time also it is in three digit numbers. So the profit growth has shown us good momentum, and the stock price has, that is the reason why, soared to more than 100% in 1 year of time, and 1.5 times in 3 years of time. And also it has shown momentum of more than 50% growth in 5 years of time. ROE is also a good, but it is not in double digit as what it was, like CAGR and profit growth. So these all are the things which we need to consider before looking into any stock, or that whether they are good or not. But if you look at the equity share capital, so the company has raised a bonus issue 2 times, and that is the reason why the share capital has increased from 10.70 crores to 22.77 crores, and the reserves has seen a dip because of that, only because the company the reserves has been converted into equity share capital, and this amount has been transferred to here, and the reserves has seen a dip. But in actual case, it is not a dip. So always look equity share capital and reserve as one, and that is what we said to be a shareholders fund. Combining equity and reserves are known as shareholders fund. So we have to see the shareholders fund to determine what is the net worth. So their net worth increment, if we look at, so it was around 23 crores, now it's shown it is more than 26 crores. So that says that the net worth has been improved by more than 3 crores, which is a good number and indicator for a penny stock like this. Looking to the long-term borrowing, so the company has leveraged themselves, and the long-term borrowings hits its peak at 8.30 crore rupees, and the short-term borrowings are in the range what it was in last 3 or 4 years of time. So the borrowings has been increased by the company, and also the interest interest obviously has been seen increment as well. Looking to the trade payables, so the company is reducing its trade payables consistently, and that seems that the company have to fund their trade payables and the inventories by themselves, and that brings to the that brings point, that is the reason why company have to take a long term borrowings, or the company short term borrowings has been increased, because company have to finance their trade payables or their working capital by themselves, not by lagging the payment of trade payables or the suppliers. So these all are the things which we must understand, then only we say that this stock is good for us or not. Looking to the land and building, so company does not have a land and building or something as such in last 2 years of time. Looking to the fixed asset, so the company has a fixed asset, and that is no disclosure of the same is given here, so we will not get into it. But if we look at the land and building, plant and machinery, so company does not have something substantial in terms of land and building or plant and machinery. However, the company is in manufacturing business, so obviously they have fixed assets in terms of plant and machinery. But pardon to that, if we look at other factors, so the inventories is around same at what it was in last 2 or 3 years of time. Looking to the trade receivables, so the trade receivables has been shown a huge increment, which is around 18 crore rupees. So the receivables of around it shows that the receivables, if you look at the receivables, so the receivables are around 15 crore rupees. That is more than what it was in See, the receivables data is not clearly given over here because the data is of September quarter and it is of 6 months data. So that shows that the audited balance sheet is not available and the receivables has been susceptible that whether they are received or not. So that is under provision or something, and that is the reason why the company has not shown. So the receivables numbers are not clearly visible from here. But if we look at the other activities like cash equivalent. So the company is showing a cash balance of 12 lakh rupees in September 23. Looking to the short-term loans, so the short-term loans has been disbursed by the company around amounting to around 2 crore rupees. So the short-term loans can be of various things that can be easily recovered within the period of a year or 12 months of time. So operating activity, if we look at the cash flow is important thing. The company has shown a profitability in March 23. This is the data of March 23 because the latest balance sheet is not available. So when it is available, then I will make another video for that in next time. But currently, if we look in the operating activity, so the company's profit from operation is around 8 crore rupees, where the receivables is around 1.53 crores. Payment, so receivables has been increased to more than 1.5 crore rupees, and also company has pay off its payables and loan. So the so this is how the company has used their profit from operation, and their cash operating activity has been surplus of 6.5 crores. And looking to the financing activity, so the financing activity is repayment of borrowings of around 4.5 to 4.49 crores and 1.48 crores. It's amount to 5.97 crores. So it shows that the company is having a cash from operating activity of 6.54 crores, and company have the payments or commitments of around 5.97 crores. So company is sufficient enough to pay off its liability borrowings as well as interest. It shows that company does not have to borrow. Company is not in the debt trap situation, even though the company is having one of the highest debt in their historical records of more than 8 crore rupees. But still company is having a cash from operations that is sufficient enough to pay off their repayments of borrowings and in financial cost or the finance cost. Looking to the data, so the data days are in March 23, it is same. If you look at the inventory days, so inventory days has seen a dip, that is a good indicator. Days payable, or the company having very less day payable, it means that the company is financing entire working capital from their end only. Looking to the working capital, so the working capital is blocked in 6163 days of time. And if you look at the ROC, so ROC is around 17%, which is one of the highest among last 10 years of time. So if we look at the promoters holding, so the promoters have not even sold any penny of their shares in last 4 or 5 years of time, which shows that they have the confidence of their and the commitment of management and the promoter towards the company. Also looking to the public shareholders, so there are some shareholders who are having a substantial stake, and they are long term in seems to be a long term investors with around more than 16% of holding in the company, which I will say it is around 20% of holding in the company. So in the company like this, which is a market having a market cap of 330 crores, 90% or more of the shares are being held by the substantial shareholders or long term investors. And that shows that that is the one of the main reason why the stock price has been sold in last 1 years of time, because the retail investors only have a mere 10% of the shares that they can purchase. If we look at the shareholders record, so the shareholders are only 124 then 125. And they are in that range till I would say March till I would say March 22. Then there seems a dip in them, and it goes to as low as 74 and 77. But in September 23 quarter, as we all have seen, that the company has shown a good momentum, and the number of shareholders has been seen more than 15 or 20 times of dip, and it goes from 77 shareholders to 1126 shareholders, and then 1341 shareholders, which shows that the retail investors are showing confidence. So retail investors are not considered someone to whom who are the driving force, who are said to be a driving force to buy this stock or not. But uh, retail investors are one to whom we see as the innocent investors, or the investors which are being cheated or which are being dumped to whom the large shareholders or big shareholders or big fish have dumped their shares at the higher valuation, and then retail investors get locked in that valuation, and they are unable to sell theirs, they are unable to book loss or something. And that is why the retail investors are always in this trap, and that is why I would like to discuss that in this stock, particularly in this stock, the promoters and the substantial shareholders have not diluted their stake in so far. Even if the promoters have not diluted, the company has reached its profitability, and the companies are trading around. If we look at the pricing, so the company is trading around from. Company has seen a dip of in August 23. The company is around 4 rupees, and the company has reached its peak of 23 rupees. So if promoter wants, then they can easily book their profits and sell some shares and dump their shares to the public, but they have not did in any of the time, and the promoters retain their stake in the company. It shows that they do not want to cash or liquidate their shares to the small shareholders or the retail shareholders. And for retail shareholders, this is one of the good factor, and they do not have to worry, or they do not have to concern on this in particular this stock, because the company has not dumped any shareholders. The large shareholders have not done any penny stake of themselves to the retail investors in this trap, or in this high valuation. So that is one of the thing which retail investors have to read or understand, like what are the numbers of shareholders and why they are increasing, whether the promoters are selling their stake, and then that is the reason why the shareholders are increasing, or what is the or the company is showing a good prospects, then the number of shareholders increasing. So in this case, it shows that the number of, if we look at the pricing pattern. So if we look at the Sanjay Popatlal Jain, who has invested more than I would say a year ago, more than 1.5 years ago, then majority of the investors are there who have having a substantial interest, and they have invested a long time ago. So that is not the reason why that is so it shows that the retail investors are not being dumped by some of the large big fish, and retail investors have invested because of they may have seen some prospects in the company, and also the pricing will be a lucrative factor, because if the price of a stock is less than 10 or 20 rupees, so the investors, particularly retail investors, jump into that to buy that. So these all are the things which we must consider before investing into, before investing, I would say, not investing, before looking into any stock, or before taking that stock into their wish list or their portfolio. So I would say, just read this financial statements carefully. You can get more than what you get from this video, because as more as you read, the more you get information or the insights about the company, and then you can figure out that, yeah, this stock is good in terms of valuation, good in terms of fundamentals, and then you decide whether this stock is good for you or not. However, from my side, this is an purely an educational content, or a video that is solely for the informative purpose, and giving an financial literacy to the viewers. So I'm not giving any portfolio management services or portfolio services relating to investment in stock markets or shares. So advise to your financial advisor before investing into stock markets. So with this, I conclude my video. Thanks for watching.